Hello guys, there always comes a time where it is useful to know that the user clicked outside the element. Most commonly this might be useful when you have a pop-up window or a model of sort, and when user clicks outside of that box, you want to close that pop-up. For that you need to know when the user exactly clicked outside. And in this video I'll show you how to solve that problem in Angular with an Angular directive. First let's create a directive with the command ng directive. Let's use Angular CLI in the project you want to use that directive. That would be ngg directive, and the path to that directive, directives, click outside. Let's skip tests for now. So what that command does is it creates the directive itself, and it also adds this directive to your main module. So you would see this in your declarations, clicked outside directive, and now you can use it in your application. Next we have to implement this directive, and to implement this directive, let's start and look what Angular gives us. So what Angular gives us is this Directive Decorator right away, empty class, and the constructor. What we can specify, what we want it to be passed in this constructor, what dependency we want to be injected here. First, what we want is the element which uses this Angular directive clicked outside. So we specify private L, and that would be of type element ref. This all comes from Angular core. What that does is directive is special decorator. It takes our class, it injects this dependency or the specific element we want, and then we can use this element going forward inside our class. And now we need to emit the event and to inform our subscribers that clicked happened outside of our target element. So let's prepare for that, and what we will do is use output here, and let's call this clicked outside. And this will be new event emitter. So both output and event emitter comes from the Angular core. Okay, now let's implement the onClick method itself. Public onClick. But not only we need the onClick method, we're also going to use another decorator that also comes from Angular, and this is a decorator that's called host listener decorator. Let's use that host listener. It also comes from Angular core, and this host listener accepts two arguments. First argument is what is the event we're listening for, and the event we're listening for is document click. And next, this decorator asks us is what we want Angular to pass as an argument to this onClick method whenever this document click event occurs, and what we want is the target element. This is just the specific syntax Angular uses for the specific decorator. You can look up that in the documentation. Next, since we're asking to pass this event target, let's add this here that we're expecting the target. Well, now the logic is pretty simple actually. What we need to do is to check whether that clicked event is contained within our own element or not. If it is contained within our element, then it is clicked inside. If it is not, then it is clicked outside. So what we do is we create the variable const click inside, and then we ask this element, native element, this is just how Angular works. When this is passed as an element, you have on that object the native element which we want to look at. And we want to see if that element contains our target element. And that would be target. If it doesn't contain, then it is not clicked inside, and then we can emit our event and inform subscribers that, hey, clicked outside, emit true. But better yet, I would emit the target element itself, because that might be useful sometimes. Okay, now I'll show you how this works. It wouldn't be a very useful example, but it will give you the idea where to use it. I'm going to continue this on the example of form validation, which I used in my previous videos about form validation in Angular. What you should do now is, where you want to use this is add the directive itself. That would be app clicked outside. This is the selector that comes from here, and then you're subscribing to this event clicked outside, and when that clicked outside happens, we're just going to console log that clicked outside. It is going to be most useful with the pop-ups and stuff like that, but just in case, you can see when I'm clicking outside, it console logs clicked outside, and when I'm clicking on the phone number, it doesn't console log anything. When I click outside, it console logs 3, 4, and now clicking here, it doesn't. So you can use it to suit your own case, to your own advantage. I will post this code somewhere and put that link in the description. I hope this video was useful for you, and this will be it for today. Goodbye.